I'm joined here by Neuro, by Miss Harvey, by Ash, and by a few Sunspirians, and we're going to run an Immortal, or an RPG one-shot set in the world of Immortal, because there's a lot of World of Immortal, and I think it'd be fun. I'm Donovan. I'm a dev on Immortal Gates of Pyre. I'll be running it. And do we just want to do a quick roundtable introduction and then jump into it?
Of ourselves, of the characters?
Both.
I'll go first. I'm Doc. I'm here as part of the Ranged Wellness Delivery Systems. Basically, what it means, if you get fucked up in combat, I'll take good care of you. My name is Neuro. I stream StarCraft. That's basically my bread and butter. Been getting into classic WoW and things recently, and I also do D&D 5e. I play as a Kenku Birdbarian with Ash as well, who's in this two-shot with us.
All right, I'll
I'll go next, I guess.
Oh, you go.
No, cool. Okay, my name is Sarvi. I was used to be a professional player in Counter-Strike for like about 15 years. Recently swapped to behind the scene of Counter Logic Gaming. It's also known as CLG. I'm a director over there. So my character is a detective. My name is Victoria, and I'm the best around. If you need something, I will let you know where to find it.
You know where the booze is?
yeah.
All the time.
My name is Toby. I'm one of the Sunspear developers working on the tech team, doing a lot of the game features. And today, I'm going to be playing a Telemetron enforcer named Boris. Very strong, but kind of calm man now. He's changed his ways since previous times.
Tough guy, big guns. Got it.
I'm gonna be laughing at that the whole time. All right, and I guess I'll go next. I am Maria Sweet Sleep Sharp. I am the gunslinger of this group. Basically, I point, I shoot, it drops. That's how this goes. All right. Otherwise, I'm also Ash Bliskin over at Cockeyed Gaming, where I play a lot of StarCraft 2, scream my ass off at a lot of horror games, play D&D with Neuro and people, and generally make an ass out of myself on the internet.
Yep. Okay, sweet. I guess I'll go. I'm Harry. I'm another one of the Sunspear devs, I guess. I do a bit of tech art, a bit of implementation stuff. I'm mostly responsible for putting things in the game. For this, I'm going to be Professor Albright Fells. I'm going to be an archaeologist. I'm joining on the trip this time, the first time, going out in the field, as all my funding has been cut back at the university. So that's what I'll be doing.
Fantastic. So let's just go ahead and just jump right into it. We start on a coastal city, the unaffiliated freehold city-state of Jabai. This is a human settlement with a fairly recent development, several fairly recent developments. The discovery and propagation of runic technology has led to high rises, smaller, fairly impressive skyscrapers, smaller airships, and then kind of developing further into public transportation, forms of electricity for a civilization that hasn't really had access to these things until 70-ish years ago. Progress is booming, and Jabai is on a lovely position where its gorgeous beaches and surrounding tropical forest bring in people from all over the neighboring Republic of Jora and a few other unaffiliated states. In this city, we find ourselves zooming in towards an office. A small structure in the outskirts of downtown. And as we pan into the window, we see our 5 brave adventurers speaking to a woman who seems to be in her mid-40s, named Corbin Farrow, with an emblem of the Joran Republic emblazoned on her jacket. She leans over her desk, looks all of you over. Thank you for meeting me on such short notice. As you may have heard, Guild Baron Brine has been reaching out to quite a few delvers through back channels and other unscrupulous means, and has offered a handsome sum for their services in this endeavor. Based on who we've reached out to so far, he's already touched a lot of the big names: Hands, Fitz, Longarm. He's after something big. Unfortunately, we don't know exactly what that is. The Department of Recoveries has prepared a sum double of that which Mr. Brine has offered. The objective is simple: identify where his crew is going and secure whatever asset Brine is after before they're able to get their hands on it.
So you want us to grab some stuff before other people?
That's the gist of it.
Well, you're asking the right team.
How messy is this allowed to get?
Well, I've heard rumors that your group can be a little bit direct. Since you're working with the Joran government, I want to be very clear. Do not harm Brian's delvers within the city. Brian's guild is still very important to the war effort. The Secretary of Industry has made it very clear that relations need to remain warm. And once you're out in the field, well, ruins are very dangerous places.
I see he becomes less important outside the city. Excellent. Our methods are direct but effective.
Good to hear. Is there any information that we might be able to provide to get your investigation kickstarted?
Where's the
Anything
ruin?
would help. What do the people eat? Where do they sleep? Anything can help here.
Baron Brine's mansion is located in the northern parts of the city. You'll probably know it when you see it. As to the specific delvers, they're scattered across the city in various complexes and houses towards the outskirts. You could take a look into the underworld if you're so inclined.
I think we must leave this to you. This is your skill set.
Me, I know. My Frenchiness is trying to understand everything you just said, and it's like too much for me to handle right now. And I'm supposed to be the detectives. So, okay, I broke the character, coming back in the character. Okay. All right, I say we start there. There's no point in us waiting any longer. I don't trust the government, but we'll take that information and we'll just have to go.
You said the
Follow me,
underworld.
guys.
That's perfect. I used to be a bandit. Oh, it's a
I
nice place.
also have a few contacts, let's say.
Or we could, we could just ask normal people. Maybe people that aren't,
Oh, come on. Normal people don't know
perhaps.
shit.
Yeah, well, they know things. Just, maybe we ask them nicely. They'll just tell us.
Yeah, let's go to the corner
Going
store
on
and
any-
ask about alien technology from ruins. That'll work.
What? But maybe we ask them. Going to any ruins this weekend? They might tell us. Who knows?
Or they
Well-
might run and tell Brian that people are asking about it.
We can check the house first.
Point taken.
If we burn down the city, nobody gets to leave it. Brian's done. Just saying.
I would respectfully request that you do not start an international incident.
Again.
So just a
done that
national
enough
one.
times.
All right, let's move. And I leave. I walk away.
Are you going to the house or the underworld?
I'm turning around and I go, I like both ideas, but let's start with the house. Maybe you can dust some clues over there. What was
Follow
your
along.
name again? What was your name again? The person that gave us I pointed at the person that gave us the info.
My name is Corbin Farrow. Just let me know if you need anything.
Corbin? Okay. Corbin, how do we reach you again?
If you come back to this office, just say my name and
All
let
right,
me know
okay,
you're
bye.
after the asset.
And I just run away, walk away, fast.
All right. So
I guess we're following again.
Hell yeah, I'm
I
going.
follow.
Yeah.
I'm following all day.
Head on out.
you guys step out onto the street and start making your way down towards Baron Brine's estate. You jump into the public transit. There's airship stations around the city to help people maneuver through the cramped streets. It takes you up to the northern end of town, the very much nice end of town. And as you step out and begin walking into the neighborhood, there are these huge, ornate, very wealthy estates, and they're something that's fairly unusual at this point is personal transportation. These guys have actual rune cars and rune carriages outside of their estates. And as you make your way up and you look at the fountains and you see all of the extravagance, make your way towards what is easily the most extravagant of the entire lineup.
Is this guy like the tippity top of the Delvers? Is this guy kind of like?
Sure. So
the beast in it?
Baron Brine is less of a delver. So some of you might recognize some of his work. He is one of the pioneers into runic technology and making that more available to people. He is in charge of one of the guilds that privatized sod runes in that entire industry, and he's a huge contractor for the government.
Okay, that explains it.
Yes,
So
it
he's
does.
an industrious punk who thinks he's hot shit.
With all due respect, he is hot shit, right? I mean, look at all his shit. It's so hot.
While everyone is stalking, I'm like talking in front of the house or the estate. I'm already like looking, like I'm taking some grass and throwing it, like checking if there's any wind or I'm just like exploring, not saying anything while everyone is just like chatting.
As you are uprooting some grass on the estate, there are a few what appear to be guards a little bit further in towards the gated entrance that kind of look over in your direction towards each other, start making their way over towards you. Ma'am, can we help you?
Yeah. I'm here on official business. Actually, the whole crew here is here on official business. We're just checking the place out.
They look at each other and they look back. One of them says,
Actually, can we get in and talk to the owners?
can you go check to see if Brian is taking visitors right now? Yeah, one second. And one of the guards makes his way towards the estate proper. The one who remains is armed with you see a fairly large pistol at his side. Kind of crosses his arms, looking at you. Who did you say you were with again?
We're with the government. Why do you think we're here?
The Saltas law enforcement. I'm a captain over there.
Interesting. Saltus is quite a ways away.
I know, but I was transferred here for a case, and I just decided to stay. So I'm here on the loan. You know how these things goes.
Indeed. The other guard makes his way back. The Baron will make time in his schedule for you. Please follow me. Turns around and begins leading you inside. The interior of the estate is even nicer than the exterior let on. As you start to move in, there are statues of what appears to be the Brine lineage going back several generations, as well as a few monuments or as a few prototypes that are sort of out on display in the gardens from some of their older works. Not the Springjack, it's the pile driver, a little mining tool that's fairly common out on the frontier. Very early pile driver prototype is hunched down on all fours in the exterior. Ruins disabled, so the construct is inert. But these guys have had some hands in some big developments. Make your way inside, and these huge double doors open up. And there's a man, very, very well dressed with slicked back hair, sitting on this big sort of like recliner. What, you know those like big fancy chairs from like the mid 50s or whatever? He's sitting on one of those near a fireplace with a taking a pipe out of his mouth. Looks over. These are the visitors. Come on in.
Hi, nice haircut. And
thank you very much. I quite appreciate you, madam.
While I'm talking, I'm like walking around the room, not really like looking at him in the eyes at all. Like I just acknowledge his haircut, and then I kind of walk away and I look at everything in the room, and I just go, "Oh, nice haircut. We're just here to gather some intel, like just regular routine."
Is there something
you have
in particular?
Nothing to worry about.
Is there something in particular I can help you with?
Well, yeah, you're in a nice part of town. Obviously, we're just investigating something that happened a couple blocks away, but it's just
really
investigating or asking questions to every neighbor just to see what's up. Well, apparently a couple of items were stolen. So
indeed,
you have nothing to worry about. You're not someone we're investigating about. We're just looking, and I'm still walking around the room just looking at things.
The things you're looking at, there are several bookshelves with just tons and tons of fiction, nonfiction. There are busts kind of along the walls, very nice paintings, but the room itself is mostly devoid of anything that looks like suspicious.
Is there a book I would recognize, and I could say, "Oh, you're reading this book. I finished it last year. You like it?"
Yes,
like I'm trying to connect with them.
Yeah. There's he's got several books on just the principles like runic technology and a few on just kind of the history of developing his significant empire.
Oh, great. I think I read this book last year. That's about you, right?
Yes, it is. I wrote that myself, actually.
Great work. Wow, I didn't even know it was you that wrote it. That's great. And I just toss it and I continue walking around.
How significant is this empire? We've been here for 15 minutes. You haven't offered us a drink.
I was just about to say that. In High Hawk, it is the height of disrespect to not offer guests a beverage when they enter your abode.
Excuse the rudeness. Gerard, please bring these folks some fine drinks. Get something vintage, please.
Are we in an office or like a lounge or like a foyer or something?
Yeah, more of
or-
a foyer.
Right. Okay. So not the good stuff yet.
Not the good stuff yet.
Is there someplace more comfortable that we could sit down and discuss and enjoy this beverage? Standing in a foyer just seems a little, a little formal.
Pulls himself up a little bit. Fair enough. Come with me, right this way. We're going to go to my private library. And he begins to walk deeper into the mansion.
As we go, can I do the like, check all the rooms that we're going past and be like, what's that one? What's that one? Look for like an office.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a notice roll. It's going to be one of your skills.
Notice. D4. Ooh, I was not the guy to make this check. So it's the D4 and the D6, right?
Yep. Whichever one's higher.
4.
Ooh.
I rolled a 4 D4, you baby.
Oh, keep going.
Right?
Oh, you do it on skills checks as well?
Everything.
Oh yeah, that's another 4.
Is he cheating already? My God.
I got 9.
Nice.
So you are with your because of your past of doing the enforcer bodyguard thing, you've got a pretty good eye for kind of spotting things that are out of place, even if you're not particularly alert. And as you're kind of like looking around, kind of side eyeing, you do notice down one of the hallways that you pass, there does appear to be an office, or there does appear to be an office. There is you can see in the window, there's tons of files and a lamp, a bunch of books on a desk, but the door is shut. And if you had to guess, it's probably locked. There is an office.
Good.
Do I notice that he notices something?
You can look
Can
back
I
and
notice
kinda-
that?
I would kind of be like trying to communicate as well, being like
Okay.
third
Yeah, you
door
can
on
see
the left, like,
Can I say like as I see that, oh, is this your bathroom? Can I use it for a little bit? And I point at the locked door.
That is not a bathroom. The bathroom is going to be a little bit further down and to the left.
Okay, I'll go when we get there, and I keep walking.
He walks you guys over into the private library, which is huge. This guy's got books on fucking everything. 2-story books. He's got the ladder along the side. There's a couple of tables and the like 2 or 3 like sofas and big old comfy chairs, kind of just in a row around or like circling around a central table. And he sets himself down.
quick impression. How bad would he take it if I went for a little slide on the ladder? Just a little one.
He seems pretty prim and proper. He hasn't seemed to take particular offense to you guys at up to this point. But
I won't push it. I'll
Yeah.
I'll just relax.
Maybe on the way out. There you go. Just do it on the way out.
Dr. Albright, is that your? Do you feel comfortable in this library? That's your element, right?
It's larger than the one we have on campus. It's truly fascinating. Please. So, was Brine? Was that actually his name? I can't remember. Yeah. Okay. Brine, can you tell me? Have you really got the entire collection of Talahashka's ruminations on runology? Is that true?
in the first editions, actually.
The first edition, you say? My God, treasures of the ancient Ray. I start going over to like pilfer his tomes and keep firing questions at him about things that I think you'll find interesting. Yeah.
And he just like knocks that shit out like as soon as you like lay out like, oh, what about the uncovering of this particular like ruin back before you like, oh yes, absolutely, I had a hand in that particular expedition, just fucking like knocking that shit out.
Fascinating.
Is there?
And
Is there still a guard with us, or is it just him?
There's been a guard that's been kind of staying behind you, behind you guys most of the time.
Can I try and engage him in conversation as well, with like a I used to do this type of work myself, and I see you have a quite a large kind of premises to contain here. Is it difficult in your experience to protect this honorable man, Brian?
He kind of like looks you up and down. He's very reticent, but he's kind of like, yeah, it's it's a big place, and we do our best.
Can I specifically walk over to a window and start pointing out places on the property and be like, oh, I think that you should keep an eye and there's potentially a hazard, and really try and like fully distract him out.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion.
This is going to be to presumably help the detective sneak out.
I'm doing all the good skills for me.
You guys are killing it.
Oh, I got another 4! This exploding thing is fantastic. I got a 7.
He is. You've kind of like you clearly like understand what you're talking about. You kind of won him over, so he's kind of like, oh, really? It's I didn't really think about that. He's kind of like very focused. And detective, would you like to take this opportunity to sneak out?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Give me a stealth roll.
Okay, let's see. There's my sheet.
With the because of the assistance you're receiving from from the enforcer, that's going to bump up to a 6, and you were just going to kind of be able to, while both Brine and the guard are being engaged, just kind of slip out real fast and make your way down the hall.
Okay. I'm like walking down the hall and I'm going back straight to that door that we couldn't open.
Oh yeah.
And I take out, I don't know if you're gonna accept this, but I'm taking out from my hair something to lockpick.
Go ahead and give me a thievery roll.
Okay.
Whoo! All right. So you've done this before. You look down the hallway, you look like both ways, make sure nobody's coming, you just slip it out, slip it in, not even looking, you just keep an eye out, hear the click, turn the handle and just push the door open, slide your way in and close it before anybody notices.
Let's go.
I would like to, as a way of providing cover, very loudly say, hey, Maria, on a scale from garbage to gourmet shit, how is this whiskey?
Ooh, that's on the wrong side of swill, my friend.
I give it a 5.
I'd say a 5 out of 15 sounds about right.
Okay, like in the movies where someone gets in where they're not supposed to, they start like going crazy and looking everywhere and just like moving things but putting them back where they belong. And this is me in that room right now. I'm like in speed detective mode.
Yeah. So this particular office has several like very large like effectively filing cabinets. You open it up, it's just like documents and documents and documents. Desk has drawers and there's just like papers all over the place. Go ahead and give me a notice roll to see how much stuff you can find in a very limited amount of time.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So as you get inside and you start kind of looking around, you find a couple of things. First off, as you're just like kind of like moving through and you've got like turned the lamp like on to like dim or whatever, so you can just kind of like make out the lights, will not draw any attention, and you're able to find profiles on the particular delvers that he hired, and Pharaoh was correct. These guys are pretty damn good. They've been around the block. You even recognize a couple of these names. So this is definitely a big job. You also find that the current itinerary, the current job, is set to leave at about 700 hours tomorrow morning. And you don't find a whole lot of information about what they're looking for. But there are a couple of notes with your, since you rolled an 8, there are a couple of things that you kind of find scrawled in a couple of margins here and there in a very small sketch. The sketch is something, some kind of like cylindrical thing. It looks like it has like runes kind of etched in on the sides of it, so you kind of have a basic idea of what this thing kind of looks like. And the location of the ruins is somewhere in the ballpark of like 5 or 6 hours drive north of the city. It's going to be out in the steppes in the mountains.
Okay, I take out my camera and I start like, click, move, click, move, click, move.
Yep. You take the camera out. It has this dim orange glow from the charge that has to be kind of used to get these pictures going. You just start, these old like 40s cameras where it's like the big like bright flash, and it's okay, snap, 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 and you get as much information as you can. Get those kind of tucked away and get all your stuff back into your duffel bag. And this is assuming you're making your way back as quickly as you can.
Yeah. I first of all, I'll assess to see if they noticed that I was gone. Because if they do, I'm gonna play like, oh, I went to the bathroom card.
Yeah.
But if they don't, I'll just come back in the room.
As you make your way back, based on how well your comrades are in engaging Brine and his guard, the guard. I think this is you're good enough to make your way back. You were gone for about 7 minutes tops, like 5 to 7 minutes, and it looks like nobody really noticed that you took the opportunity to slip away.
Okay, great. So I just keep walking, looking at books as if nothing happened.
And shortly after you return, Brine gets off of the topic of talking about himself. And kind of looks, gives all of you a kind of a look over. So, tell me again, what exactly can I help you with?
Yeah, you got anything better than this? This is shit.
I mean, I will drink it, but I don't enjoy it. This is this is for little posh princesses who don't really know how to drink.
Well, I understand that some of the finer things in life are difficult to enjoy from folks on the frontiers. It'll grow on you, don't worry.
Excuse my comrades. They don't come from a place like this. Then I just point around, like,
Indeed.
the quality of the room.
I mean, I don't come from this, but I could just say that this vintage, well, not the best year for this whiskey. It was easily the year 10 years prior would have been the pinnacle of it. And you probably have that one, and you just didn't want to give it to us.
Yes, I tend to reserve that for statesmen's visits and whenever the military contractors want to actually provide me with something of use. And thus far, while I have greatly enjoyed the conversation, Professor, I fail to see how I am able to be of any assistance in your investigation. So I will ask you one more time.
I apologize. I was supposed to ask. I got a little bit distracted, but actually, I wanted to ask if you or this man, your guard here, had seen anything in 2 nights prior.
Brine kind of looks over. 2 nights ago, I was out taking care of some business with a supply line. So I have not seen anything. Maximilian, have you noticed anything suspicious around the neighborhood? The guard just kind of shakes his head. No, sir.
I assume they have phone calls in that area. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, if you hear anything, here's my phone. Just call me whenever.
Indeed. Thank you very much. He puts it into his coat jacket and stands himself up. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Just do keep an eye out if you have anything missing. I got rather distracted by the rather extensive collection of books, but there has been a string, really, of larceny recently, and it's been rather complex scheme involving molds made of alloy. So you might not think you've got something missing, but it might be worth checking if things in your house are really good fakes. So that was why we were here in the first place. But I would also love it if you'd come by the university sometime, if I ever get some funding, and we can have you perhaps as a speaker or something, and you could discuss your book.
I would be quite happy to discuss my book. Make sure send a letter when you have the opportunity.
Oh, and if your megalomania flares up again, give me a call. We can work on it.
I will ask you to leave now.
No problem. Let's go, guys.
Right, of course.
We're such a likable group.
He probably knew what he was getting when the Duster walked in, right?
Hey, I thought I was arrogant.
So the other group that he hired, the other delvers that he's hired, we know of them, right?
Yeah, so the you'll recognize some of the names. They're like
Yeah.
big people.
Yeah.
Not sure if you might have worked with one or two of them, but not on close enough terms to still be working with them, you know.
Yeah.
Specific thing that any of these I guess maybe I need the information first, but is there a specific type of job that these guys in particular are good at? Like kind of like, oh, these guys are really good at this particular like subterranean delve or something, right? Like is it all
Go ahead and give me a common knowledge roll.
common knowledge? What's that? A 6. Oof. It's the goods.
A 3 is not quite high enough. Oh yes, the other mechanic that I forgot to mention, silly me. Each of you guys starts off the game with 3 reroll tokens. They're called bennies. You can use them to reroll basically anything, or you can spend them as like a narrative. Like here, maybe the story goes this way. Maybe there's a shotgun under this table, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's like you can also spend them to mitigate damage, but we'll get to that whenever people start shooting at you. So each of you start off with 3, and Professor Fells, you are a lucky man, and you start off with 4. So if you would like to re-roll your 3 into something a little more, feel free.
Go on. Just try it out. Where are we? Common knowledge.
Do you just click the reroll button? Or... Oh no, never mind.
Yeah.
It does it.
Yeah,
I should have.
Oh yeah. Oh, 10's good.
Exploding.
A 4 is a success, and 8 is basically a critical success. And you guys have been fucking knocking that shit out of the park. With a 10, yeah, these guys, you don't call in this kind of team unless there is a fairly significant risk of danger. They do specialize in subterranean ruin delves rather than surface level. In particular, this is a based on what you understand of these delvers, this is probably going to be a team of delvers that's more focused on verticality. A lot of older Ray ruins tend to be almost like feel almost like a termite hive in terms of a lot of interconnecting like hallways and structures and a lot of verticality. This seems like it's going to be one of those.
Cool. Useful.
So as we walk away, so I assume I have to like develop the pictures, or I can't just show them the photo.
Yeah, it's not a digital thing, but it is it is fast enough. The rune technology is advanced enough that it kind of like prints out, and it's like a 3-minute like shake the photo around, and it gives you it kind of develops kind of quickly.
Okay, so I start like really fast saying like, what time is it like right now?
This is probably like noon-ish. You guys have a fair amount of time to keep looking around for any more information you'd like.
Okay, they are leaving tomorrow at 7 a.m. to what's the place, like the
specific destination is just basically out in the mountains.
Okay, so they're leaving there at 7 a.m. tomorrow, so we need a lead we did a headspace, and as I say that, I'm like shaking this, and I'm like trying to direct people, but it's not very clear because I'm the only one that saw the instructions, and I'm like talking to myself a little bit, just like, so we're gonna need this, and we need to make sure we do this, and I'm just kind of lost in my.
Hey, listen, you fucks. Detective has a plan.
My plan is we leave before them. That's my plan.
Victoria, where are we going?
Oh, and then I show the picture. It's like I printed the one of the map first.
So let me go ahead and drag you guys over to a map of the area.
Nice. Ooh.
Taking a while to load.
So you
Okay.
guys are up. You guys are way down here in the city of Jabai. The particular set of ruins that it looks like they are trying to hit is going to be somewhere up here on the northern end of the Montes Velspont.
Okay.
Okay, so I point there. Us. 7 a.m.
We need to be there by 7 a.m. or
No, they leave at 7 a.m.
they leave there at 7 a.m. How are they going to get there?
I think car? I don't know. How would we go? Anyone has a car or an whatever airplanes, whatever there are in that world?
I mean, I've got a rune cycle, but we ain't all fitting on that.
Can you just charter like airships, or is it very much like a public transport sort of like you can't just go
Yeah.
and get a bus kind of thing?
Yeah, airships are humongo and super expensive.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely a public transit thing. They can get you between cities, but you have to be like made of money to have a private airship to take you
Yeah.
places. That said,
Do we-
go ahead.
So do we know where any of these other cars might be? I mean, this other group obviously has cars, or if the Baron has some cars that he may not be using at this moment.
Well, perhaps not stealing from him in particular would be a good idea. I mean, we could ask the.
Hey, watch
the
your mouth.
governor
It's
of the
called
city.
commandeering.
It's
It's just borrowing. It's
Well, we
borrowing.
could. Perhaps it's a bit on the nose to steal his particular rune carriage. We could maybe, commandeer someone else's, or we could ask.
I would definitely advise against it. We just told the man to watch out for things being stolen.
That's
I
called fair
suggest-
warning.
I suggest
call
an
it
ultimate
right. That
path
just
in
seems like we told the truth then. We
Well,
gave him
government-
fair warning. That's called honorable foreshadowing in my book.
Why don't we ask
Honorable.
the government guy? I forgot his name.
yeah, Pharaoh.
That guy.
What was her name?
Yeah,
Corbin.
Yeah, Corbin Pharaoh.
Corbin
Corbin,
Farrow.
why don't we not go back to him and ask him? We need cars. We need transportation. All right, let's go. I call it, and I'm walking back towards Corbin.
Whew.
Yep. So it's about a couple hours to get back to the station. Wait for the
Damn.
wait for the ship to come through. And well, it's still like middle of the day. You guys make your way back to the offices. Ask for Pharaoh, and after a couple of minutes, you were seen back into her office. And she is head deep or like neck deep in just big old stack of papers. It's a little bit shorter than when you guys were here earlier. She just kind of writing through. Just has a little pen and is just kind of like going over the thing. Grabs the next one and puts a new paper as you open the door. I see that you're back. I expect that you have some information for me.
Yeah, we do, but for the next step in our adventure, we will need some transportation. So I'm going to require about 2 cars or maybe 3 potentially to be used immediately in return once that we came back with the object.
You need 3 rune carriages.
Ideally. Yeah, 2 will be okay, but 3 ideally.
We are also accepting rune motorcycles.
Yeah, that too.
Give me a persuasion roll, please.
Come on, Victoria.
Oh.
All right. 6. She looks at you and looks back down at her paperwork. 3 is a little bit high. I can get you 1 very easily, and I think you can all fit into it. Can I ask why you would need more than 1?
Well, it's really for comfort because, you know, we're going to be there doing your dirty work. So might as well at least get a breathing room between each other, you know?
Comfort? This isn't about comfort. We are going to get you some shit. That is more stuff than we are bringing on the way there.
Oh, yeah, there's that too. But a lady needs her comfort as well.
Are you sure I fit?
Yeah, we need 2 for the meathead.
It is rather important. We have some information about who they hired, you see. They've got the best of the best this time. Yes. Victoria found a whole stack of papers. Direct from the source. Maybe we show them like some of the stakes, right? Like this is a really big team. Like we've got some just on the object, how much he's putting into it. Yeah.
Lay the pictures out on the table, right? Now, that's troubling. I knew there was a lot going into this, but I didn't realize it was this much. All right. Best I can do for you is 2.
That's perfect. Let's go. Where are the keys?
The keys will be made available to you. If I'm looking at this right, they will be available at earliest tomorrow at about...
No. Tomorrow will not do. Tomorrow is too late. We have to be there on site tomorrow. That means we need to leave now. It's 6 hours away. You need to be up to speed here. We're on your side.
Look, I'm sorry. I have a lot of pull, but requisitioning 2-room carriages it's a big deal. The best I can do for you is give me another persuasion roll. Push her over the edge.
Get her.
Oh, let's go.
Okay.
Come back in about 6 hours. I can have something ready for you tonight.
6 hours. Okay. All right. Beer time? And I look at the people.
I'm a bit parched. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Good idea.
I'll
You hear
never
that,
turn
Boris?
down
We only
drink.
got 2. That means you got to stick your arm out the window.
I'll take one myself, I think. Do we want to go and talk to anyone in the underworld still?
Yeah, that's probably a better idea. Let's take the beer on the go.
Can I ask a question? When it comes up with the rolls, what does the wild die side mean?
The
That's
wild
the 6.
die. Yeah, that's the extra 6. It's called the wild die.
Because
that one
it says
exploded
like
too.
it says like 9 and then it has like 11, and then other
Yeah.
times it has like the 6 and then 2. So it just shows the other dice basically.
Yeah, it shows both. It shows
Oh,
the
okay.
result on the 1 die and on the d6.
Gotcha.
So you guys head out of the office, start making your way towards the downtown, which has all of the best bars and probably all of the best crime. Is there anything in particular that you guys are keeping an eye out for?
I don't know. Is there any other information that we think we need from this? I kind of suggested it just because
probably.
it was a possibility, but
Probably we would want to know if we can find the original informant that Brine is using for this investigation in the first place. We know the general area, but it's not very specific, is it? And 2, now that we're out of there and we've done that so expertly, why did we need 2 carriages? I'm not up to speed on the plan.
I'm just agreeing.
you just want it.
More about it. Yeah.
If you can get 2, why not get 2?
Also, I hate the government. I hate the
There was no
government.
other
I
reason.
might keep 1 for myself. Who knows?
I mean, the thing that we're supposed to bring back, who knows how big it is? So we're bringing back more than hopefully we go there with, unless one of us dies. Sorry, one of you dies. So we'll probably need the space.
Okay.
Also,
Professor-
I like to stretch
Professor-
out.
Hey, Boris, how much do you weigh?
Oh, a lot.
That's boss maths for
The
you.
cars can manage it, but it's yeah. It has an
Clinically-
effect.
You would be qualified as ridiculous. We need 2 carriages.
I also think, Professor, you could probably do with a drink. You seem a little on edge.
Oh dear.
But guys, we're
But
going to the bar to get a drink, but also because bartenders get all the information in town, you know? So if we
Would
need
we-
a last minute intel, that's where it's
Would we
at.
recognize any of the Delvers? We recognize their names. The Delvers might be out and about in some of these bars. Will we know of like which bar in town is the one that's like the Delver hotspot? Is there a Delver hotspot?
You're muted.
You're mysterious and silent.
Oh no! Go ahead and give me a common knowledge roll. That's something you probably have picked up at this point.
Such a good question.
Is that a
Can I
4
assist with
and a
that?
6?
Yeah, you go ahead and you roll the 4 and the 6 and take whichever one's higher.
Is everybody doing that so that anybody would know this, or just me?
I'll go ahead and say just you for now.
Oh crap! Well, I ruined the streak because my highest is a 3.
You have the option to re-roll it.
You know what? I'm gonna spend that, Benny. Let's do it. And my highest is now a 3.
It's hard to say for sure. You know you've seen them around, but you don't know any particular pattern, so it's tough to say. They like to drink like anyone else.
I got a 4 and a 1 on my D4.
Let's see. Best you know, there's a particular. There are a few bars that are more popular for delvers that might be okay to. It might be a decent place to kind of dip into. There's one in particular down towards the beachfront on the south side of the city. It's called the Docks. Could be worth heading to the Docks.
Hoping you're gonna say like the Delver's Dive or something. All right.
Where else would you find the Delvers than the Delvers dive down at the docks?
That's where you find the dockside dolls. So, of course, Delver's gonna be there.
Who out of us 5 would have like the best like street skills to talk to the bartender once we get to the bar?
Why do you think I'm called Slick?
Okay, so back to character. All right, Doc, once we get there, it's all on you. If you need backup, just do the sign.
What, this one?
Sure, any sign.
Come on.
But
Sure.
can we
This is
make
you
it
need a little backup. This is you need everybody.
All right, I'm gonna just be in the corner sipping a beer.
You don't need to pee in the corner. You can go in the bathroom.
No.
Now there's a line. You ever have to wait in line for a ladies' room? Shit takes hours. Just pee in the corner.
I'll pee and be in the corner.
It's sterile. It's fine.
So you guys make your way down to the Docks, which, aptly named, is within eyesight of the pier. It's a 2-story bar and club kind of get up. As you guys make your way inside, I've got kind of music playing over what are those things called? Sonophones, the old like record players.
Is it gramophone?
Gramophone, that's what they're called. I have a gramophone kind of going in the corner. A bunch of coordinated ones, some kind of runic magic, getting these things to kind of like spit music out all over the place. As you guys make your way inside, it is fairly packed at this point in the evening. It's maybe 6 or 7. Sun's starting to go down.
Happy
People are
hour.
starting to flood in. You guys are, it's happy hour. You guys are coming in right with everyone else. Bartender, both of them are doing the bartender thing. just getting drinks out to people as quickly as they can, and trying to clean stuff up whenever there's a lull. On the second floor, there is there's a dance floor up on the second floor that is starting to pick up an activity. What do you go? No! God damn it.
It
Is my
froze on a
internet back? Did it happen?
fantastic face, though.
Yeah!
Yeah, you're back.
All right.
You're back.
So, there's a dance floor on the second floor. People are using it. People are liking it. And, bartender's doing what a bartender's going to do. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to go get myself a beverage.
There's a man at the counter, just kind of get rid of the straw. Just kind of working through a couple of glasses, sees you coming over. What can I get for you?
Well, I had some shitty whiskey, and I need to recover. Do you have anything good?
I have something better than shitty whiskey. He goes under the counter. I've got some shitty bourbon.
I'll take it.
Gets it open, starts pours you a glass on the rocks.
Yes.
Gets the drink, slides it over to you.
Now this is some good shit. We were just on the posh side of town, megalomaniacs all around. Nobody knows how to get a proper drink.
Never accept a drink up and uptown.
Now I had a question for you. I've been picking up some of this rune tech as a hobby. And I don't know a thing about Delvers, but I would like to hear something from the locals. Do you know any regulars who frequent here, who are in that line of work?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Nice.
He has
That'd
me
be a 4.
convinced.
D4, D6? Three plus 4, 7.
So kind of looks at you, looks at the drink. There's a few folks that come in here every so often. May want to keep an eye out for Dasher. He tends to have the scoop on these kinds of things.
Dasher, got it. What does he look like?
Kind of young. Has a little goatee. Skinny.
Young skinny goatee. Appreciate your help.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir. And
I would like to buy, without any conversation, a drink for myself and the professor.
All right, ladies, just gonna go parched then. Rude. Rude. Not a gentleman amongst you.
Usually you guys go and wrangle one off one of the other patrons at the bar, don't you?
I mean, fair. Fair.
So slides the drinks over to you guys.
So
Is there
okay.
are there tables upstairs? I'm saying the professor was.
Yeah.
Like on the mezzanine kind of thing. Is there like tables up there next to the dance floor? Is that
Yes.
where all the people are kind of seatily sitting around? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where the
a lot of-
creepers sit.
All right.
The creepers sitting around the edge of the dance floor, not dancing at all.
If Dasher isn't a creeper name, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Take my mug and upstairs then. Yeah. Sweet. I think we head upstairs.
Tall, skinny goatee.
I look
Keep a shot
for a
back.
tall, skinny goatee guy. I assume we all do.
Yep. So you guys are pretty much just staking the place out, keeping an eye and seeing who walks and who doesn't. Go ahead and give me, since everyone's keeping an eye out, give me a round of notice rolls. I want to see who spots what.
I got 11.
Boris
This
with
exploding
the-
thing is amazing.
It's so good. I love savage rolls.
I got 12. splooshed all over that roll.
8.
Comfortable. Gentleman's 5.
Albright's distracted by the dance floor. Who's the creeper now?
How are they moving like that, Boris? I don't understand.
It's all from the hips, Albright.
It's rather engaging, isn't it?
So, as you guys are gathered around and blending in, having drinks, enjoying yourself a little bit,
Maria got the really high one.
Yeah, Maria. There we go. Her name isn't changed in Roll20, and my brain just broke. Yes, Maria. You in particular are the first person to kind of look over and spot a man exactly matching Dasher's description walk in the door. And he's actually pretty handsome. He does look a little bit nervous when he walks in. Goes over to the bar, gets his drink. He doesn't talk to them. They just kind of look at him. They nod. They slide it over. They know him. He goes down. He sits at one of the tables downstairs. For you other folks, you notice it shortly afterwards as well. You notice him come in shortly afterwards as well. So, Maria, you have first pick to go in and see if you want to do anything here.
All right. Yeah. I'd like to go and walk by the table, accidentally stumble into him.
He's kind of sitting there and just takes a drink and then.
Lord, I am so sorry. I can't believe I'm gonna start drying him off with my hands. Get little hands.
Oh, it's okay. It's
No, I insist. It's too much. We need to get you another drink here. Oh my God. Oh, come. I'm gonna grab it.
If you oh, okay, all right, okay, hello.
All right, I'm gonna not there. Oh my, we're not in the bathroom stalls yet. Come on. But I do grab his hand, and I want to take him over a little bit closer to the bar, but like in a dark corner. I just need to get this off you. You wait right here, sugar, and I'm gonna get you another drink. I'll come back. What do you like? You like something sweet, or you like it a little spicy?
A little spicy, please.
All right. You wait right here. Don't go back out where there's lots of light now, darling.
Yeah, all right. Kind of just like sits himself down. He leans back. He like crosses his leg.
I called it, creeping.
All right. So then I'm gonna go back over and I'm gonna like do the sign to my teammates where he can't see. I'm gonna keep turning back, going, and then go up to the bar like I'm actually ordering something, so that hopefully Boris. Well, Boris isn't really. Yeah, he's watching still. Albright's a little bit distracted, but I know Doc is watching as well. Victoria is, so we can they can head on over there and we can shake this guy down in a dark corner.
Well, all right. We have business to attend to.
Getting another drink then? I'm here actually. I'll just stay. This is rather. I'm getting into it. Yeah.
All right. You enjoy yourself. We'll take care of it.
We'll do the talking. You just enjoy a beverage.
Yeah, it's just buying a drink. It's not too bad. You guys have fun.
Yeah, I'll hit down.
Chug my beer, the end of my beer, and I just like slam it.
Nice.
There we go. And then we just head over.
I definitely want to create the kind of like don't come over here kind of vibe, you know? Get him with the staunch arms and just kind of like post up, just kind of like near him, just being like, yeah, don't even think about it.
Yeah, as you go ahead and give me an intimidation roll.
Oh, sure. How much is that one? Oh, big. $11.
Let's see. Yeah. So as you walk over, as he's pulled out a pocket watch and kind of flips it over, thanks himself, puts it back, and when he looks back up, you're standing there, and he looks around and then makes a motion, and you're just sits back, very clearly nervous. His hands go across a little bit. He looks to see if he can spot Maria.
I don't even engage with him. I just kind of turn and face outward, knowing that he's gonna have his hands full anyway.
Who else is heading over?
I would like to go talk to him. I'm learning about Delvin.
All right. So you slide in at the table across from him as he's kind of looking over. Okay. This is starting to get weird.
Hey, calm down.
Do I know you?
You're about to. Can I finish? My name's Slick. I'm here. Used to be a bandit, but I'm trying to find an honest line of work. You know what I heard? I heard that you were one of the best up-and-coming delvers around. And I wanted to ask you about what you do.
Well, thank you. Give me a persuasion roll.
Spirit. D6. D4. A 4 total.
You get the impression, looking at this guy, that in addition to whatever delving he does, he seems like the person who knows how to talk to people and get information out, and you get the impression that he can tell that that's what you're trying to do. Yeah, you've been doing the talking thing for a little while, but this guy's lived in it. Kind of looks at you, looks back at Boris. So you're telling me that the good-looking one was part of you guys, huh? That what's going on?
Yeah, why?
What do you want?
I just told you what I want. I want to learn about Delvin.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Well, I'm offended. We just came into this fine establishment, purchasing a beverage, wanted to get a word from the Delvers. Hey, Maria.
Right away. Coming right back. And I'm going to have a round for everyone, including him. I'm nothing if, not polite.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll to try and win him over a little bit.
Five.
Yeah, as you set the drink down in front of him, he looks at the drink, looks up at you, kind of looks over at all of these people, just clearly trying to play nice. Okay. He takes the drink and he sniffs it, downs the shot, pumps it down on the table. You're looking for information then?
For a start. Give us the information. We'll see where it goes from there.
Got a lot of information. Is there something specific you're looking for?
We're looking for pretty big information. Pretty big load here. We're looking for what you know about something going down up in the Montez-Villespont area.
The second you say that, his face kind of drops, and all of that swagger he was trying to put forward just kind of shrivels up a little bit. You know about that.
That's not the business we're here to talk about, sweetie. You should smile more.
He looks back up at the big Telmetran man just fucking being a presence, looks back down at the rest of you. You know what? Look, I already said I wasn't going to be talking about any of this to anybody. Right? It's on the down low.
We didn't hear a thing.
Give me one more persuasion roll.
Seven.
Ooh. All right. For you, sweet cheeks, fine. That place is dangerous. Right? Up at the Montez, it's like 300 miles, full 5-hour drive. There's some weird shit in there. Right, you go out. You want the location. You want stuff inside. This is what the hell?
We a little of both. I mean, I'll take all you can give me.
A little both. You head up a mountain trail. Go past some of those mining villages. You're gonna spot something. It's a little bit off of one of the trails. But damn if it isn't interesting. Big pillars. Look like stone, but they're definitely not stone. You'll know it when you see it. Inside, they got some kind of constructs in there. Not like the pile drivers or the ingots you see out of the frontier and in the mines. These things are big. They're beefy. Got these like big bulbous heads. They shoot fire. What kind of fucking construct shoots fire? Who puts one of those things on them? But if you go way into the facility, way deep into the facility, there's, I don't know for sure. I'm not a solderer. But if I had to guess, this thing might be some kind of like a power generator source or something like that. It's probably what Brian's after. It gives him, he's the big tech man. More power is always a good thing. You get inside, you get deep, might be able to find it, but be careful. It's very easy to get lost in there, and if you do run into one of those big construct things, I did see inside of it, in the core, it's got runes all over the damn thing. If I had to guess, that's what's driving them. If you can get behind one of them, get inside one of them, and just kind of scratch out some of those runes, you may be able to disrupt it. I don't know, shut it down. I just stayed out of the damn way because they shoot fucking fire.
Right. That's impressive. Sounds hot. Do you know who else is you know who else is out there looking for this?
I know Brian's got a team. He paid a lot of money for me to shut the hell up. But I like my kneecaps, so I'm gonna keep this on the down low.
We never talked to you at all, sweetie. But if we make it back from this, hope I find you here again.
Hey, Dasher, you're a smart kid. Been down there with the fire constructs. You don't even look singed. Best of luck to you.
Good luck. None of this came from me.
That's right. And we were never here.
Never here.
Thank you so much for doing this the easy way. It could have been much worse.
Sorry, Boris. Maybe next time.
And you guys fan out and away from Dasher. Rest of the night is relatively uneventful. You don't see any of the big name delvers make their way in here. while you guys are in there, though, Maria in particular, with the very high notice roll, you do notice what looks to be a Karathi woman from maybe a refugee, dark-skinned. When she's talking to people around her, she has an accent, just kind of tucked away in one of the corners as well. In Dubai, it's not out of place to see refugees from the Karathi incursions onto the continent, or people who have managed to break away from the indoctrination in the empire. She does seem very comfortable, though. You can't quite put your finger on it, but something seems a little bit off.
Hey, y'all notice that Karathi over there? You see?
I did see her earlier.
Anything strike you as odd about her? She's giving me, I tell you, crazy weird feeling.
Well, it depends how much trouble we want to stir up, probably.
Stirred up no trouble yet. Just bought a man a drink.
Yes, but you never know when Slick is going to start.
She might be into that kind of thing.
Well, into
I
Slick?
heard it's called negging, and it seems to work on occasion.
What are we to gain from this woman?
I don't know. I got a feeling about it.
Well, you think she's a Delva? Or what?
She might be. What I can tell you is I just don't feel like she belongs here. And not in a, she's just a Karathi way. She's sticking out to me. I feel like we might want to at least just talk to her for a minute. Not in a, we don't got to, roll up on her. But just talk to her for a minute. Maybe send the professor over there. Don't tell him what we're doing. Just tell him there's a hot lady and go talk to her.
I'll check on
Professor
the
is currently
professor.
on the dance floor.
I have a
really
feeling.
badly dancing.
I have a feeling he might want to talk to someone from a place. There must be an interesting topic for him. I go upstairs and I actually just quickly mentioned to the professor that there is a Karathi woman just kind of standing out and just kind of might be interesting.
What?
Yes,
Really?
I know.
Here?
I know it's good music, but
Oh,
Hey,
man.
you want me to help you break the ice?
With what? No, well, I was just going to ask. Just curious. You don't often see the Karathi. Does she look like was she born in the Empire?
She looks Karathi.
Yeah.
We don't know. That's what we need you to. I mean, you should just go talk to a professor. But I do think Brock would make a good wingman.
Here, I'll go get a drink and I'll tell her it was from you.
What? No. Why would you do that? I don't know if
It's called an icebreaker, you buffoon.
I don't understand the ice in this situation. But okay. Well, yeah. Right.
The ice is in the drink, and it's a step to talk to
of
her.
course. Yes. Sorry, Slick. I forget. Yeah. Right. I'll head over.
I turn to the bartender and get a drink.
The rather sweaty Albright Feld makes his way over to the Karathi woman. Somewhat out of breath.
Yep. Drink is slid over pretty much right after you ask. Doc, you bring the drink over to the woman and then you say it's from your friend here.
Right.
Hey, my friend over there wanted to give you this.
And she kind of stops. She looks like she kind of like deep in thought, looks up at you. Oh, kind of looks over. Oh, thank you very much. And she takes the drink and
Yeah, he's a bit shy, researcher type. Doctorates coming out his ass.
Really, very smart man then.
Yeah. If you want to talk to him, I'm sure he would love it, but he would never ask you.
Well, if he would like to talk, he can always come to me.
I'll go tell him. Hey, wise guy. And I'll nod.
Yeah. Nervously, kind of like hurries over, like.
I'll put my hand on her shoulder. 2 deep breaths. Sit down. Play it cool. You'll be fine.
Right. Right, I was hoping to chat with you. Do you mind if I ask whereabouts you're from?
I am a refugee from the Karathi Empire.
You were in the Empire itself.
I was. Takes another sip.
I might ask, why the change, and what was your function in Karathi society?
And these Jordan drinks, very good. Puts it on the table. Well, you know, they have a thing about the way that you Jordans do freedom of thought. It was very, you know, with the angels, you couldn't really speak out too much against the way they were handling this situation, I guess. Me and my family, we wanted to be a little bit more free to express ourselves, so we made our way out of the empire on a trade ship. And well, Dubai is a wonderful place, taking in refugees from all over.
Well, fascinating. So you have your family here?
Brother, really.
Right, of course. And do you mind if I ask, what did you do in the? What was your job?
I was a painter, actually. They wanted me to create art for the cathedrals and well, it's almost I guess you Jordans would say propaganda to you know, bolster.
Right. I see. Yeah. Well, don't worry. Freedom of thought isn't all it's cracked up to be. We have some really dumb ideas, so you know, they don't have those back in the Empire. I assume.
Really?
Well, maybe not quite so stupid as we manage over here in Jora sometimes, but yeah, yes. So, how long have you been here?
I've been here for 2 or 3 years now.
Fascinating. Oh, fascinating. Truly fascinating. Do you mind if I write some of this down?
For your PhDs?
Not PhDs, but just general research, I guess.
Oh, research, yes.
Sure.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, he starts writing down some really like clinical stuff, like your height, the things like that, like average build and stuff like that. Yeah, he's just listing it down.
Maria, I'm starting to have some concerns that we may have sent the wrong person over. I'm not sure he's going to quite attain the information that we were after.
Boris, I hate to
No,
say it, but I think you might be right.
Now I hear that they in craft they button buttons on shirts from the other side. Is this true? And do you happen to know why? I've heard this rumor many times, and I'm just so curious.
Well, I mean the buttoning from the left took some getting used to when I first came to Dubai. I do not know why the difference. This is I am not a textile worker.
Can I like lock eyes with Slick and like nod my head in that direction? Like, please go save him. Go save this experiment.
I'll nod. And I'll walk over to our very smart professor who has no idea what we're after here. And I'll lean in to his and grab him by the shoulder and say, "Hey, buddy, ask for something about the mission. We're trying to get some alien tech. I know you love culture. Hurry it up. We gotta be out of here in 6 hours or less."
But Look, Slick. I lean into Slick and pull him in like it's really important what I'm about to say. Don't you think it's curious that they all button from the left? Do you think maybe that there's some divine edict from Aros? Like, he came down. He's a
Of course, it's a
god.
divine edict. They love those.
Yeah. Do you think there's some reason that God wants him to button from the left side? I don't know, the right side? I'll ask about the mission. Fine. I kind of turn back. So, do you know anything about the ancient ray? Do they talk about those in Craft?
The
I'm way more out of my element now. Yes.
We didn't learn a lot about them from in the Empire. They didn't like commoners poking around inside of these ancient places. I did read a little bit about them. I think I understand a little bit after I got here.
Fascinating. Well, they're everywhere. Those ancient ray, those ruins. You've been in Dubai the whole time since you've arrived in.
Yes, I moved here and I am living on the outskirts on the east of town.
Right. Well, fascinating. I turn back around to look at Slick, just like kind of gesture helplessly, like I'm unsure what to do or what I'm trying to get out of this here.
I'll whisper in his ear. Constructs, rune tech, Brian.
I just been making. What's your favorite sword rune?
I'm sorry, you said sword rune?
Sword rune, yeah, yes. Have you got a favorite?
It is the carvings on the technology, yes?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
I don't know, they all look like lines to me.
Fair enough. No, okay. You have constructs in craft that some of the perhaps the angel, the inhabiting the metal. Have you ever seen one that breathes fire?
Well, I've seen scepters flying over some of the cities sometimes, but I can't say I've ever had the. I've never been up close to any of them. It is they're sacred objects. We are not allowed to approach them unless we have to.
Right.
They look like they have fire inside of them. So maybe.
Well, I no further questions then. I think I've learned everything I need to know. Thank you so much. Well, before I stand up, I didn't get. What was your name? Sorry.
Dahlia.
Dahlia. All right. I write that down too.
I would like to vigorously elbow Mr. PhD and tell him that he should at least say it was nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you.
No further questions. What are you, the police?
I didn't have any more questions. Well, I'd like to have a clean end to a conversation. I don't want to be uncertain.
You gonna walk away and go, the end, and turn around?
That end was so clean, there wasn't a single sign of life.
Look, I'm not. This whole information gathering thing is. Whatever. I'm going back to the dance floor.
It was good practice.
All right.
What time is it? Like, is 6 hours past since we got the cars thing?
It will be shortly, and maybe a
Okay.
good time to leave pretty soon.
Okay. I start walking around and rounding up everyone. Guys, gotta go soon. the cause already.
Brilliant. Guess we head out.
I think, yeah. Is there anything left to do? I think.
So what have we learned?
Well,
I
we got
wasn't
the
really
information
paying
about
attention. It was so
how to
loud.
fight constructs. How to fight constructs, like jab them in the like rune heart thing. That's part of it. The description of like, what was it, past the second mining village or whatever. Basically, a description of how to find the particular road we need to go up.
Right.
Is there anything else?
We learned
We
how not
heard-
to talk to women.
Or maybe how to talk to them.
I mean,
I got
she
quite a
never
lot of information.
she never threw a drink at him. I'd say that's at least a passing grade.
I'm surprised how long she actually engaged with you.
She was rather more polite than most
Yeah.
people. Quite restrained person. Yes. Did I?
Yeah.
Can I make a roll to see if I felt anything off about this person while
Uh,
engaging with them?
give me a notice roll. Give me a post hoc notice roll.
Post hoc. Yes. Okay. Gotta keep closing my character sheet. All right. Maybe I should just let you roll these, Donovan. What do we got? The goods.
Yeah, a 5. She was very patient. She was. It seemed pretty clear that she is having to talk through some level of a language barrier. Very thick accent. She did seem a little bit. There were a couple of times that you kind of got the feeling that she wasn't thinking of like the words that when she stopped and like kind of like thought through her sentences. Wasn't really looking for the word, like the language word. Was more trying to think of exactly what to say.
Right.
Very very pointed intent. It's kind of like you just get like that feeling, but you can't really put your finger on what exactly.
She was very careful with the words, I would say. Not just the language barrier. She really knew what she wanted to say, and I respect that in a woman. I respect that in anyone, really, People don't say what they mean enough. She was.
I wouldn't be surprised if we find her in Montes
she's probably a safari.
Velspont tomorrow, but we'll be ahead because we're living now.
Right.
Maybe don't say it quite that loudly.
Good point. Let's go.
Let's go.
As you guys make your way back onto the transports, back over to the offices, pick up the cars, we are going to take a short 5-ish minute break for bathroom. Might be 10. I'm not sure what the timer is on that. So we'll go ahead and step away for a few minutes and be back shortly.
All right, so it is.
So, you guys make your way back to the office buildings. It is like after hours, but once you guys make your way up to the front, you see Pharaoh spot you from the window, comes down, lets you guys in, fills you in on how to use the things, just in case you've never used a rune carriage before, because these things are pricey. Hands you the keys to get the rune starting to pump charge into the axles, and
I definitely take one of the keys.
well, best of luck. This is it.
Thank you. I take the other key.
We'll be sure to bring these back in 2 pieces.
I just did around. I'm out.
All right. Well, as long as we get the item back.
Right. Who would like to ride with me?
Yeah. How's this getting divvied up?
I will. Seems like he's going to take some chances.
All right, Slick. Hop on board.
Should I ride with y'all or should I ride I got a rune cycle. I could solo it up on the side. case we need some reconnaissance done.
Is there
I
any
like
sort of
that.
like a rune cycle's like somehow like bad on like rough terrain or something like that? Is there any sort of dynamic like that?
Wait, is it a rune? I thought a rune cycle was like a motorcycle, or it's like a bicycle.
I pictured an
Motor-
e-bike.
motorcycle.
Like it's like a bicycle,
what
like a
I
rune
pictured.
cycle.
Motorcycle.
Motorcycle. Okay, so yeah, all right. So I was right. It's my badass off-roading rune cycle. I don't have to
Yeah, that's
pedal very
pretty cool.
hard at all,
That's pretty cool.
Let's see.
except to start it. It's a piece of shit, honestly. Got to run it a bit
I like that.
to get it to jump into gear.
So we have 2 people per rune carriage.
I
Just to
laugh
be
as
clear.
I'm walking.
I don't have to take my rune cycle. I mean, I can leave it in the garage.
I mean,
I don't think it matters.
personal preference, I guess. I hop into one of the carriages.
I'm riding the carriage.
You two drive
For a
safe.
long-
We're gonna drive this one like we stole it.
All right, no, then I want to be in that one. That's the one I want to be
I'm
in.
actually gonna jump in, and as soon as Maria gets in, I'm gonna boost it.
All right.
Got
So
it.
rune cycle staying behind.
Yeah, rune cycle will stay behind.
So we've got the Boris Mobile with Doc and Maria, and then we've got Fells or Victoria. Which one of you is driving?
I'm driving.
Yeah, I'm definitely riding in the back. And I'm
Driving
as I'm
in that
hopping
car.
the back? Not even shotgun?
You're gonna make her driving Miss Daisy,
No, I
you?
can still get a shotgun. I get a
Wow.
shotgun. And as I'm hopping in,
That's her Miss Daisy.
you know, I'm actually not. I'm pretty glad that we've got 2 now. It'd be a shame if we ended up careening down the road like that. It'd be totally reckless. Right?
Do we have comms between the vehicles?
There.
One transmitter and receiver.
I have something called like transmitter and receiver. Is that like a phone or no?
It's more like a World War II radio. It's like this big backpack like transceiver, and then you've got the much smaller like receiver end that you're able to hand off to somebody else. So you can get that set up.
All right.
Coordinate a little
So
bit.
I give them the small one, and I keep like the big one because that's less chances for me to break it.
So we can talk shit to them when they're trying to keep up. Correct?
Which one is the big one?
We have the
Uh,
big
One
one.
is the
The transmitter.
so how do we communicate? It's like both ways, or just one
It's-
person can talk to the
It's
other?
essentially just a radio, right? But you've got a
Yeah.
big radio sender, and
Okay,
we've got
okay,
a
okay.
like receiver thing.
So we have to. Like,
But is
two
it
radios.
two-way?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay.
So what, they go
So
one?
they can talk shit to us.
They can talk shit. To us.
Yeah, so
It's
I
probably
guess
just
we
gonna
give
be-
them the small one.
Slow down.
Like you can hang a moon right out the window though. They keep giving us the lip, just ass out.
All right. Well, knowing that they can talk to us, I'm just gonna rip off.
I'm
and then
gonna
maybe
Don't
like
listen to the Boris you're driving is great.
there's like a city like kind of edge, right? Like a border to the city.
Yeah. So as you guys actually make your way out, it's fairly dark. So you hit the equivalent of headlights on these things. Make your way out of the city proper, and as you make your way out of the city and up north, you make your way through these like rainforest like lowlands. And after the first hour, 2 hours, you find yourself more of in like a steppe, kind of a dry climate, making your way towards the base of the mountains, which you can see very clearly. Or pretty dark. You can kind of see them like up against the horizon line. The moon's kind of like lighting the way up forward. It's a pretty decent drive.
I make sure that Slick has the details of where we're going, and I impress upon him that he is responsible if we get lost.
We're going north. You need a compass? It's that way.
I understand it's north, but there are some subtleties to this.
Listen,
So
I've had 2 professions: bandit, doctor. Where's navigator in that set?
Maria, did you hear the directions?
I mean, I heard the ones from the little sexy gentleman at the bar. Go
Okay.
north, and we need to look for 2 columns that look like they're made of stone, but they're definitely not of stone. And then there's something about a bulbous head and something that spits things out the end, and it sounded very suspect. Honestly, I thought he was hitting on me 90% of the time.
All right. Well, well, in that case, I think we're fine. I do not trust Slick's navigation here.
We the professor has the map, so I'm like driving, and do I still see the other car or the cart, or is it like
Yeah.
too far?
Yeah.
Or
can-
are you
can-
driving fast? Because I'm driving fast.
And surprisingly, I'm like following, like
Okay, cool.
like calmly. I don't look like panicking. I'm just like, whatever. Are we still on route, Professor?
Me, on the other hand, not calm. I'm holding the transceiver in one hand, desperately holding the map in the other hand, like getting gossip. 1 second, slow down into the like transceiver, like, please, God, oh, like the map, and I'm like, yes, no, you know. So desperately giving directions. They're mostly right, I think. Maybe a couple of wrong turns.
Good. We don't have to talk to them then.
We also don't have to race. Oh my God. Oh. Actually, that's a good question. What would Joran say? They wouldn't say, "Oh my God," right?
They
I mean,
would say,
they have.
fuck.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah, they don't buy into the whole Aros thing because extermination is not great. But they've got religions. They've got a variety of them kind of spread all over. So God's ancestors would, you think of it, somebody believes it.
Maybe you drank too much at the bar and all this dancing.
No, I mean you drank too much, and we need to slow down.
I drank quite a lot, actually. You're right. I probably shouldn't be driving right now.
I don't know. I think driving's pretty new, so drink driving's probably
But-
also, you know.
But are we there yet, though?
We've been driving for like 1 hour. It's a 6-hour drive.
Oh, okay.
Some tunes. Somebody needs to be singing in this here carriage. Slick, what you know?
Medicine, banditry. Songs? I'm not a singer. Look like a bird to you? Hey, Boris, sing something from your people.
I am definitely not a singer. Maria, you should entertain yourself.
Well, this is just depressing out here. Most of the things I know they're a little on the blue side. Wait, I don't think we'd be singing them in this carriage.
Professor, do you think that they would want us to sing for them?
I'm like screaming and still loud. The
I
occasional
pressed on
screams coming through is like a probably
Press
entertainment
on the
enough.
microphone. Press on the microphone.
Slow down, please. You're gonna take a right. It's very sharp right up ahead. Please, you're gonna have to brake for the
Really good
corner.
fellow, la, 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 and I'm like trying to sing behind the yelling.
In between the screams, you hear the singing.
Is it like there's like nothing else on the road, right? It's like
Um,
night and like
Yeah, it's
I'm
nighttime,
assuming there's like
there's not a whole lot of travel heading up into the mountains.
yeah.
Professor and Victoria, can you guys make me a notice roll?
Roll.
This feels like one of those
Just
ones
roll
that you
dice.
definitely want to do, Ellen.
Wait, did I do it? I didn't hear the sound.
I rolled a 3.
Victoria also got a 3, it seems.
Okay.
Nice.
Would either of you like to spend one of your rerolls?
Actually, I got a 5 on my wild die, right?
Oh, you got a 5, yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It is very dark, so these are at penalties.
And they're in a dust cloud because they can't keep up.
Okay, I'll reroll.
Okay.
Ah, shoot.
Oof.
Ah, damn.
You're allowed to spend as many rerolls as you want. You want to eat this, or you just want to keep trying?
How much time is left in this session? I guess is the question. How many? Yeah. I don't know.
Do
Okay,
it.
in that case, I'll spend one of the bennies on Victoria because I've got the teamwork trait or whatever, right? So I can give them to other people.
Do you have common bond?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Go ahead
Yeah.
and
She's got bigger dice.
yeah, spend a Benny and Victoria, roll again.
Nice.
Okay,
That's a 7.
that's better.
That's good because that's what you needed.
Ooh.
So as you guys are out here on the road, Professor is panicking. You catch something, like a glint of something in the on one of the mirrors. I'm gonna look back, and you think you see something behind you. Maybe it's hard to tell what it is because there's no lights on it.
Professor.
What?
Can you keep your eyes behind? There's
What?
something behind
Why?
us.
I turn around. I put some stuff down. And while the transceiver happens to be on, I start narrating what I see out the back. Maybe even turn on my flashlight if I've got it. Yeah, I just say what.
Oh, you
Yeah,
just
what do you
like shine the flashlight back.
Yeah, sure.
Shining the flashlight back, you turn the thing on. It's it's very dark outside and things are far away. And when you hit the button, you see a reflection like a glint of metal. Kind of looks like there's somebody following you.
In another car.
Yes.
I think I'm transceiving this. I think there's another carriage behind us.
I
Something else,
slam
someone
the
else?
brakes.
Do I dodge that? Am I close enough, or like?
Oh, we're definitely
Am I-
ahead of you.
Okay.
We're way ahead of you.
No, yeah, I hit the brakes. I like come to full stop and I try and like position so that like I take up the whole road.
Okay. Victoria, you are also able to brake unless you just want to fucking ram them.
No, I want to break. But what is like? Is there like a plane next side of the road? Like, can I get out of the road without like? Because I would love to maneuver and potentially even hide myself behind like a
Yeah,
like a
yeah. there's
hill or a
fine.
rock or something.
Yeah, there's like rocks and kind of small hills kind of scattered around. So if you want to like maneuver off the road a little bit, that is an option.
Okay, so while he's still transiting, I'll say like, we'll go to a vantage point, and like I just like get ready on a vantage point.
Okay, yeah, you pull yourself off the road. Let's see. Very interesting.
I want to come to like a full stop, power it down, step out of the car, and just kind of look back and just see.
Do you want to toggle on your dark goggles?
I absolutely do.
Ooh,
So-
dark goggles.
You take a second, get the charge pack plugged in, and just like flip the switch, and then everything kind of like brightens up real fast, and then kind of like comes down to like almost like a cat's eye view, like kind of gray, but you much clearer. And as you look back, yeah, that is a car. That is multiple cars. Give me a notice roll.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm really great at this. 2.
Can Boris count?
Hey, Boris,
How many cars are there?
the goggles are supposed to be over your eyes, not your forehead.
I know how to use
Get it
the
together.
goggles, Zach. I know how to use the goggles. I think I didn't connect them properly, though. You're right.
Want to reroll that?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Give it a
Yeah.
roll.
2.
Nice.
Oh no!
The exact same roll. Nailed it. Yep. All right. Well, whatever. I see two
Yep.
cars apparently, or one car at least, 2 cars at least. I don't know.
Yep, the more than one for sure are heading your way. Their lights are off.
Well, this will not do. It appears that there are multiple people following us.
You want to take some cover so we can get the jump on them, or what?
Do we want to try and jump them, or do we just try and stay ahead?
You were the one who hit the
Can't
brakes.
hear them, so-
We were ahead.
Followers deserve a special type of treatment normally.
Nah, I'm with Boris on this one. They don't have. If we got people following us, they don't have their lights on. So we have a couple options. We can either move our carriage out the way real quick, use it as cover, maybe catch them in a crossfire, shoot them as they run by, or we leave the carriage in the road, hope they fucking hit it, take out the survivors.
Well, it's
After
possible they're also using goggles like mine.
That is
They might-
true.
They might see in the dark.
Do these carriages drive? Do they have any kind of auto drive?
Not by default. That would be a thing that would need to be like programmed into the runic circuitry.
So there's no way to like put a rock on a pedal.
I mean, if you call it an auto drive, sure.
Yeah.
There's a go button if that's what you mean.
Do these things move at all? I mean, we could send it driving right back down towards them.
Well, that would be another reason to have 2 cars.
We've got 2. We've got a spare.
Are we interested at all in finding out who was following us?
Anybody following you at night with their lights off ain't your friend. I can look up their IDs. I can pull it off their bodies.
How far away are these people? Like, how long do we have to actually figure out what we're doing?
You probably have like 3 minutes.
3 minutes. How close? Victoria, did you guys park up quite close? So we actually, I would like yell out and have a discussion with you. Or?
No. We can talk to you, but we see you outside the car, like kind of like just like moving.
You guys just hit it on up a hill because I'm.
Like, what are they doing? Why are they're staying in the middle of the road? They seem agitated. Professor, should we say something? Guys, what are you guys doing? And I like.
Yeah,
Did-
we've taken a vantage point on the next rise, right? Like,
Okay.
I have a dumb idea if you want me to try something.
I always love your ideas, Slick.
All right, so we've got cause. I've got this rune shit. I can make an illusion. We have an illusory car that looks just like our car, except it goes off the road and to the left, while we are over here to the right. If we want to fight, we can blast the bejesus out of them. If not, we can hide.
I think that's a great plan.
I don't think that sounds stupid at all. Slick! That's how you get your name. I swear.
I'm gonna turn the car back on, but keep the lights off, and sneak it on over. Reach it into some cover.
Yeah. So, Slick, give me a rune working roll.
That's a D what?
Just on your character sheet, I think it's a D10.
I think Slick's doing something reckless down there. They pulled off the side of the road.
As long as they don't
it's a
destroy
D10,
the
yeah.
car.
You can be almost certain they're going to destroy that car.
Oh no.
Can I be a
I wanted
6?
to keep.
Uh,
That's the D10, and then I get a D4?
D6.
D6. Okay, so we got the 6. And a 3, so 9.
They don't add. You take the highest.
Then 6.
6, I believe, is enough. So you take about 10-ish seconds to just pull out one of your room plates, take out one of your little fucking solder tools, and you just kind of carve out just a really simple, like ramshackle rune to just create something that looks pretty damn similar to a car, and just kind of direct it to go that away. Put the thing together. You put it down on the road. You plug some charge into it, and then you sounds of the night, and then you move back to the car with Boris and Maria.
Can I make
Yeah.
it drive like Boris? Like swerve a bit?
Yeah.
Then I would like to do so.
Absolutely. And you time this wonderfully as you finish getting this thing put together. Get it, charge it, hide. The illusion begins projecting, manipulating reality around it to create the image as 3 cars pull up right as the thing is steering off to the left side of the road. All 3 cars kind of stop, and out of them climbs 4 fully armored Sipari.
Oh, Sapari?
Bronze masks with expressionless faces and huge, cloth trails coming off of the top of their head tresses.
To be clear, that's 3 cars for 4 people.
3
Or
cars
is-
for 4 armored people.
Is it 4 each?
4
No.
total.
Total. Okay, good.
No, you'd be fucked.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
They come out with their spears, and they begin slowly making their way towards the little off-roading trick that they saw. Spears forward, making their way, marching forward. They do not have their shields, because those are fucking huge, and these are small cars.
yeah.
And as they're making their way down, out of the driver's side of one of the cars, gets out Dahlia, keeping an eye on the Sipari. What do you guys want to do?
That's the carroty girl. Like we all recognize her.
Can
Across-
everyone
yeah.
see this?
That's
Probably.
Professor's girlfriend right there.
All right, we've got 2 options. They were distracted by the illusion. We can capitalize on this by driving the fuck away, or we can fuck them up. Guess that depends on if the professor brought his brown pants.
Professor. So now are we close enough? Like, did they come close to us when
I'll-
they hid? Or...
I'll say yeah, it's in your direction.
Okay. Professor, your girlfriend is here.
Girlfriend, what?
Do we?
We never had
want-
any romantic intentions.
Oh yeah. You keep telling yourself that.
Well, right. Well, one of you is going to start shooting, aren't you? So I just start loading my charge pack into my fucking pistol, and putting my coat on and making sure that that's charged as well. And it's like, please don't. We could probably resolve this peacefully, right?
Do we want to try and talk to her? Perhaps she is coming after us now for our knowledge.
Again, she came after us in the dark, lights off, with 4 fucking armed Sipari. She ain't here for a conversation. Not the kind we want to have.
It
Can you
could be.
can you enlighten me
Wait.
on the Saparis, like in the lore?
Oh,
like are
yes.
those like guards
Show
or
a
are those
picture.
like
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and let's see.
If you've got one handy, that would be yeah.
I think I do. I'm just gonna go ahead and plop this down in the. Let's see if I can get this looking right.
So the Sapari are just big lads.
So
Safari
they,
means
like-
spear in
Yeah.
Graphic.
oh wow. And is this military or are they like
yes,
Military.
mercenaries?
They're the frontline
Okay.
soldiers.
yeah, these are the frontline soldiers of the Karothi Empire, and from what you recall, from your history lessons growing up, and from the news, these guys pretty much just came out of nowhere a long fucking time ago, and pretty much were just like a ground force that wiped out a couple of like major kingdoms on another continent, and then started to encroach on this one. They got driven out, driven to the edges a few years ago, and they've been mostly quiet. So these guys absolutely shouldn't be here, and they're fucking beefy.
Yeah, very elite spearman is kind of the vibe you should have. Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I would love put that notch in my belt. But 4 of them, one's a party, still pretty fun time. 3, probably don't tell people about. 4 is no thank you. That's a little bit too much, even for me.
To be fair,
Hey.
that would count as 4 notches in your belt.
5 once we take out his girlfriend.
I see perhaps 3 options. One is we fight, one is diplomatic, and the third is we try and stay hidden and sneak away. If they don't
options.
actually... I know, Professor. I know. If they don't know where they're going and they were just following us to find it, perhaps we can just let them drive by and we might be able to sneak away.
Honestly, discretion is the better part of valor, I think, in this case. If we gotta fight them, we could, but I tell you what, as much as I would love to shoot them some bitches, I don't know if we can take 4 of them right now.
I've blown one of my 3 runes. I say we capitalize and get the fuck out of here.
And in terms of like, obviously this is like one of those things where they're kind of from, they're kind of like we hear about them, but we don't know that much about them.
Mhm.
Do we have any kind of idea of how well we would fight against something like that?
Boris. If anybody knew, it'd probably be either you or Slick. So both of you give me a common knowledge roll.
Common knowledge. Awesome. D4 again.
Your loaded die.
3! Slick, did you roll?
Slick.
Sorry?
Did you
Give me a
roll?
common knowledge roll.
Common knowledge. It's not as common as we would like, but my smarts are an 8. So you're in good hands.
Oh, nice.
He's wicked smart.
And it's a 7.
Wicked smart.
What did I tell you?
Nice. Nice.
So, Slick, you probably haven't seen, you haven't fought Sapari up close, but you have fought a whole lot of other shit out in the Lawless and over your years, and from what you understand about Sapari, they're super duper beefy, but you guys have the drop on them. If you decided to engage, you might be able to take one of them out, maybe 2, and kind of even the playing field. All 5 of you against just 2, if you play your cards right, you might stand the chance.
Yeah.
But it would be a tough fight. It kind of does depend on how ham Boris ends up going, because Boris is a big man. He would definitely help out.
Let me put it this way.
Thick Boris.
If we had 4 Borises, it would be great. As it stands now, we'll probably die. But maybe, if we're lucky, and you shoot him well, we could make a tie, or a stalemate. Or we could go get the fucking object, which is the whole quest that we're on.
The only thing I'm wondering is why are they following us, right? We're
It ain't for
nobody to
nothing good.
them. We're nobody to them, but potentially object stealers or thieves. So we're gonna see them again once we get to where we have to go.
I mean,
What did
might
we get
actually.
hired for?
Hmm?
To fight spearmen? We got hired to fight spearmen? No, we didn't. We are going down where the delvers are to get some rune tech.
Right.
All right.
If they're following us, like Boris said, they might not know where to go. And it's going to take a little bit to find our tracks and follow us again. We might not see them again. And if we do, we also might see them when it's also us and Brian's buffoons there as well, which means there's going to be a lot of people. We might both be going for this, dealing for this shit. But I tell you what, the second Sapari walk out, we're going to be on the same team, at least for that few minutes of that battle. And I'd much rather have those numbers.
I love that argument. Let's roll.
So I think the plan is we hide, and if they find us, we talk. And if they don't like our words, we punch.
All we need to
I would
do
push the
is
rest
wait
too, but
until they're far enough away from their motor vehicles, and then we get in ours and drive as fast as Boris can drive. Easy.
what if we
Not a
do?
bad plan.
You have the 2 vehicles. We could put the rock on one on the go button and send one in a different direction and then one direction we're going. that's going to have to split up their forces as well if they're trying to follow both of us.
What kind of terrain are we in? Are we in actually like kind of Rocky Mountains terrain yet, or are we still kind of open like rolly hills kind of?
You're more towards the foothills. What you kind of see in the background of the map here is pretty close to the kind of terrain that you're in.
Is there any sort of like narrowing, like any sort of gorge like part that I might see up like ahead of us?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
Can we ramp over it?
We could leave one of the cars in the way.
Well, they could probably move a carriage, right? With that many, how many have they got other than the Sapari?
Can we disable it?
Yeah, are these things really heavy, or are they not because they're powered by runes?
Rune carriages they're not as heavy as cars, but they're still like a solid, I don't know, like a little over a ton.
Okay,
So
but like
2 Borises.
4 Sapari, that equals like what? 2 mothers whose kids are trapped under a dresser. They could easily move this car.
Yeah. What? Can we not break a car that early in our trip? What? Let's just keep boat, cart.
Is there
Okay.
a way? I don't know the mechanics of this. I'm not a mechanic. Is there a way we can quickly sabotage this as we drive away?
I am all ears for that.
Can I shoot
You could
out?
shoot it, right?
Well, you're a rune guy, right? So you would know how to disable them.
Let
Aren't
me
you?
see what I got. Let me see what I got.
Yeah, are the runes like visible? And if I shoot one of them to scratch it out, will the carriage then become non-functional?
Runes are pretty durable. Small scratches can it can cause a little bit of like a little
Gotcha.
stickiness, but you have to do some pretty serious damage to completely disable a rune.
Oh, but they got more than one carriage, so we'd have to make sure we disable all of them. We don't even know how many.
I mean, there's 3 carriages.
Oh, we do know exactly how many, and it's 3.
Do you want me to do more dumb shit?
I mean, the first dumb shit turned out to be pretty smart shit, so if it's gonna be the same amount of dumb, I'm kind of here for it.
So,
All right.
Where are
You know-
the Sapari? Oh, sorry.
You know the Sapari are big as fuck. What if we shrunk their car to be tiny? Then they can't get in.
Yes. Great plan. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I would like to shrink the Sapari's car.
I love it.
Well, there's 3 of them still, right?
No, there are 4 of them. They went off chasing our car.
No,
Well,
but
the
like
illusion
3
of it.
cars still. Can you shrink 3 cars?
Fuck.
It would
We
take
got 2 runes left.
Yeah. Not-
Okay. Oh, okay. So where are the Sapari? Are they actually quite far from their vehicles, or not that far?
they went off in the direction of the illusory car. They haven't come back yet, and that was a couple minutes ago. So it's about as much as you can
Oh.
figure.
Oh, good opportunity. Okay. Well, let's go and just trash a car. Slick, I think we have an opportunity. You come with me right now and tell me what to destroy, and I'll cut it up.
All right, so we could divvy it up. Boris, he's gonna mangle this one. I can shrink one, and then someone can fuck with the other one.
I can
Dude.
get in the other one and drive it off. I am
Where
an
is the
excellent
rune?
driver.
You
I
can
can
drive
just
it?
We can get our 3 cars right now. I could just take that other
Perfect.
car.
Perfect.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Did I see them take the key, or are the keys in the car? If all the keys are in the car, that's the plan.
This is
You
the
did-
far future. You think they have keys?
I gotta give them one.
I feel like I would know how to hot wire a carriage. Can you hot wire a rune? Can I like spit on it, give it extra charge,
Well, Slick could certainly do that, right?
and make it go?
Yeah, if you couldn't do it, then Slick probably can. The only thing that I want to make sure you guys are aware of before you walk in is that Dahlia is still by the cars.
Oh, true.
She
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
a Sapari though. We can just snap that.
No, she's
neck.
a normal person, as far as you can tell.
Oh.
Right.
She's a what?
Professor's pissed. Right. She ain't
He
giving
could've
her
just
number.
seduce her again? Or
Tell me
maybe
about
for
the
first
buttons.
time?
Do
So
some
you
of
gotta
you
walk
want
up
to?
and start unbuttoning it from the left, just slow, distract her.
Well, I don't. I think they might have a transceiver as well, so we'd have to be very careful.
We gotta take her
Okay.
out first. Then number one thing is maybe Boris, you tackle her from behind first off. Shove her face in the dirt, and knock that.
I-
I have some concerns. I'm not exactly sneaky. As I make my way down, it's possible that she notices and calls out to the other guards.
One thing also to notice is she might be a Sapari as well, just not wearing her armor. So she could be very well trained in combat. And rather
I
alert.
Okay.
here. But I don't know. I actually don't know how loud the guns are. Since they're not powered by gunpowder and they're powered by runes, are they just as loud, or is it like having a silencer on your gun? That's out of character.
That's a good question.
Because I shoot her. She's standing still right now. I can just drop her.
So the way that that rune guns work are, they do make a noise. It's not silent. It is not as loud as a. Is my connection messing up? Uh-oh.
Oh, you're good.
Not for me. Yeah, it was fine for me.
Okay, there we go. But it's breaking up in mine. That's fine. It is. It's not as loud as an actual gun, but it is still pretty loud. The way that the rune guns basically work is that the Jorans have a chamber, and then they have a rune that just tells the bullet, "Go that way," and it's fast enough that it does create like a sonic crack.
Right. So the Sapari might be able to hear it.
Yeah. You could risk it, but like in the middle of the night out here,
Sound will. Okay. Yeah.
All right,
I
we've
mean,
got like
that way we wouldn't have that much time.
a million options here.
Can we just run her over with the other carriage? We just hit her with the carriage. Drive one carriage up there, run her right over. 3 of us jump out. Boop, boop, boop. We do what we need to do with each of these other carriages. Destroy, shrink, steal. Then we're out of there.
All right, who's responsible for the lady? Someone needs to disable her. I'll shrink one of them. Boris is going to mess up one. Maria is going to drive one. And then we get the fuck out.
All right. So, Victoria, I feel like one of y'all needs, we need to be in a carriage, drive up there, unless we're trying to sneaky sneak. It might even work better just to drive carriage up, like I said, and hit her, take her out of commission right from jump. That carriage just keeps going. Just keeps going.
I think perhaps a better way to do this would be for someone to sneak up and then talk to her briefly with the threat that there are guns aimed at her. We may be able to glean some information without immediately killing her.
Or we immediately kill her.
Or
I was going to say, we talked to her back in the bar, didn't get crap from her, and now her and her boys are rolling deep on us in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, all of these outcomes or all of these scenarios lead to one outcome for me. These 4 big guys named Siparis are gonna come back and just fight us. I don't see any other way.
Yeah. We've got a lot of ways to do this where we can speed away in cars beforehand kind of thing. It's very much about how we want to deal with Dahlia, I think. But then again, there's so many options of whether you sneak up, whether you just run and tackle her, whether you just shoot her in the leg or something. There's so many ways.
Hey, PhD, you think you could drive one of those? I got another idea.
I could probably drive a carriage, yes.
I could disguise you as a Sapari. You get in, And you drive one. And you talk to her. She's your girlfriend anyway.
No, I don't. I don't know where this girlfriend thing came from. I don't think I've ever been in any sort of romantic relationship with this woman, especially not now that she's a crafty.
Oh, there was loads of
Instigator.
chemistry.
You know, not
She's a spy. And I
she
don't.
was
won't
blushing
walk
and
on
everything.
beach, man. I mean, if we're getting into this, we could all just go down. He distracts her for a minute. Boris Sparta kicks her right in the chest, and the three of us each jump into a carriage and and drive off to take all their carriages. Because honestly, that's more of an insult than even destroying them. They're just going to feel real shit about themselves being Safari wandering around just heel toeing it across these plains.
All right.
She probably
I
only has
think-
one key.
I think we leave the professor up here with a car. I think we leave Victoria up here with a car. 3 of us go down. I will approach Dahlia. If there is anything amenable, we may be able to come to an agreement. Otherwise, we steal all of the cars and we drive off.
I would warn against trying to come to an agreement with zealots of a god, you know, where we're all just kind of heathens to them. So it's very, I mean, you know this.
I do know this, but I also don't want to. I don't know how to do this in a way that is not just outright murdering.
To be fair, she started it
War.
really at this point. Okay, here's what we could do then. All right, me and Slick will get in the first 2 carriages. We'll sneak in there. Well, if you want to talk to her, you talk to her. Second she says something off kilter, I'm going to reverse that carriage right up her backside. Take care of that problem.
I don't mind if she fully resists and wants to fight and is a spy. We can kill her.
Just seems a bit dangerous. What if she calls back the Safari?
Well, Sapari are dangerous, but I don't think they run as fast as a rune carriage. I hope they don't run as fast as a rune carriage.
No, not Helen Grande.
If they did, some carriages.
Well, I'll stay up here with the transceiver, and I'll keep an eye out. You lot should probably go down. We're running out of time. I think you should just go down and wing it, because
All right.
we can
I
only
start
discuss so
thinking
long.
down.
So I just think whatever happens, happens, right?
Right. You see anything change, Professor, you tell us. Don't
Right.
kick, dust, anything. You let us know.
I would like
Of
to.
course.
I could just shrink her, and then I'm taking the car. Because the whole plan before was that I'm shrinking a car, but we can shrink her and then leave.
It's a lot easier to run someone over when they're small, too. You probably wouldn't even need to. You could just stomp on her.
Like,
I would like to prepare a rune.
How small are we shrinking her?
Like if she is a Sapari, I'm not sure you'll be able to get this rune to her.
But if
To
he
be honest,
does,
the
we
shoot
could
at you is
punch
small
her
too.
across the face.
I think we start sneaking down, and we just have to see how this one goes.
Look,
Right.
What is my snake? Oh, I'm a D4.
D4 is good
Alright.
for you. So you roll a D4 and a D6 for sneak?
Well, what's your stealth? You'll have a different stealth.
Don't even know. All right.
I think maybe the detective should go down as well, right? Like you've got probably good
Yeah.
stealth.
We've got 2
I-
cars up
I
here, though. We need
do.
to do something with our 2
Oh,
cars.
true.
Oh, okay. I got a 6. I got 1 explode.
6 is pretty good.
I got a 5.
Yep, and it's dark out, so that helps. Are you sneaking right up to her, or are you just sneaking down to the cars, like in general?
I think,
Car.
yeah, I think we sneak to like. Is she at the front car? I'm assuming she
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of like leaning on the front car, just trying to keep an eye out.
Oh, a 6.
Nice. I think we sneak to the back car and kind of like fill in the cars, I guess. And then I mean, do you guys want to do anything tricky, or do you want to let me like approach it first?
I'm invisible. I got a 6. That's the best, isn't it?
Hey, he's laughing wind.
All right, well, Slick made it to the car. That's good.
I'm guessing I made it to my car, but and can we? I mean, I figure I would have known right away since I was a stunt driver whether or not I could drive this car.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
When I get down there, does Dahlia have any sort of weapon or any armor on? That makes me think Sapari.
No armor. The only weapon that she's got is a pretty big pistol on her side.
Is she wearing a transceiver or a receiver?
No,
she'd have to have the transceiver. She'd have to have the big backpack to be talking to him.
She's not wearing the big backpack. But as you guys are getting up real close to the cars, you do see one inside on one of the seats.
In which car?
In the car that she's leaning on.
God.
Is there a particular shape that my rune blade takes? Like, is there a particular shape that they are all shaped in?
It's kind of like a short sword. It's a blend between a Telmetron design and a Joran design. So it's a little bit ceremonial. I don't know, this long. Shaped like a sword.
Okay, cool. I want to go up. If I can sneak all the way up, keeping a very vigilant eye on her, and I want to get her in like a hostage, chokeholdy sort of thing. All of a sudden,
Yep.
And right as I do it, I say, "Don't speak," or "Don't yell," kind of thing.
Give me an athletics roll.
Athletics. Oh, I'm good at that one.
He just became the creeper.
Good
The creeper title has been
Creeper crown walking up behind the girl.
11.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go.
The muscle head's in his element. What can I say?
Yep, she's leaning on the car. She's keeping an eye out, trying to see if see if anybody tries to come back along the road. You guys are coming up behind her, and as she looks down, just in thought, and when she looks back up again, she starts to turn to look inside of the car, and then as she's turning, your arm is already on top of her, and
Cool, perfect. I would like to say, if you lie to me, I will cut you open without a second's thought. Now, why are you here?
give me an intimidation roll.
All right. 8. What do I want to do? Yeah, I'm gonna roll. I got a 4, but I'm gonna do it again because I want to try and get the goodest good.
All right.
6.
Because you are fucking huge and have her basically in a fucking chokehold, you just barely beat her out.
Ooh.
Still for just a second, then you feel her nod against your arm.
I loosen off just enough that she can kind of speak.
What did you ask her? You asked her what
Why are you here?
Because you were looking for the ruins, yes?
Yes.
It is not permitted for people such as us to go into those ruins.
Are you working for the Karath Empire?
Hesitates for a while. Yes.
Kill this! I've got to do it. She's self-admitted. None of that. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately she's admitted she's Karath, so I'm gonna have to try and kill her.
Oh
when
boy.
Really
someone's
cool before you
in a
do it.
position like this, do I have to still fight, or is this like a position where I have her kind of at my mercy?
More or less at your mercy, yeah.
Say something cool and kill him.
Just
Snap,
before I
snap.
do, I'm gonna say, give me one reason why I should not kill you right now.
There is a long pause. They are here! They are here! Come quickly!
I
She
got
drops
her
to the floor.
throat.
Shit! Get it, Karen!
And then, yeah,
You hear
get in
armored-
the damn car.
armored feet. Go ahead and give me a common knowledge roll to get this started quickly.
This is for initiative kind of thing?
No, this is to get the car going before they get here.
Oh, crap. Yeah, okay. Are we all doing that?
Is that
Because
for
we're all
all of
taking a
us?
car, right? So it's slick.
Everyone's in the car. Yeah.
We're all taking
So,
different
Maria,
cars.
you're a stunt driver, so like you know how to do this very easily. Slick, were you taking a car or were you shrinking one? I forget.
Well, I'm taking one now.
All right, well, give me a rune working roll since that's your specialty. It's all runes.
That's a D10.
Mhm.
And you also roll a D6.
Yeah.
Take the better one.
I got a 4 and a 2. I would like to try again. Call it a mulligan. And that's a 4.
Boris, what'd you get?
I got a 4-2.
Cool. So with the 4, it takes you a second to get this thing like actually turned on, and as the engine is beginning to kind of rev up, the Sipari come around like the big fucking rock that the car drove behind, and they are booking it towards that front car.
Yeah, okay.
It is the closest car. One of them like tries to vault over the front and tries to grab on to the so Maria, you've already peeled the fuck out. Presumably Dr. Feld and Victoria have already like taken off because their cars were ready to go. Slick, I'm going to need one of the Sipari is going to try and grab onto the door as you are driving away. Is there a particular way you want to handle that one?
If he's grabbing onto the door, I would guess I have some weapon next to me in the seat next to me.
You have whatever stuff you've got on you.
Let's double check. I've got a nice heavy leather coat, which looks fantastic on me, by the way. I've got 3 10 charge packs. Can I throw a charge pack into his mouth?
If you scroll down, it'll give you it'll show you what your powers are. Those are devices that you have that you can use as well.
Bolt, healing.
Bolt is an attack that you can use.
Sure. Let's bolt him.
Great. So because you are a quick rune doc, and this is a Sipari, I'll make the recommendation that you very quickly modify those runes so it's a stronger bolt instead of the bolt you have now is a poisoning bolt. It's not going to be as good.
I would like to draw upon my instincts as a bandit who's been in combat many times and use the most potent shit possible on this motherfucker.
Give me a rune working roll. That'll let you modify this shit real fast, and then you will just shoot the shit out of him. While he's doing that, Boris, the other ones that are closer to your car, one of them is grabbed at the door and is trying to rip it open. The other one has his spear at their ready to start jabbing in.
Ah. Okay, and the car's just started, huh?
Yeah, it's just starting up.
Great, is it? Okay.
It's a D10.
Yes.
7.
That is enough. You've swapped out your out for a much stronger bolt. Go ahead and give me a shooting roll.
Which is a D what?
It is under your skills. I think it's a D6. Boris,
Shooting D6, correct.
Boris, what you got?
If he's holding the spear like to go through the windshield kind of thing at me,
Yeah,
can I just slam it in reverse and try and like get distance from them?
give me a driving roll?
If our roll is max, we roll again.
Yes.
10.
Ooh.
10.
Oh.
Great. So you get a damage roll. Roll 4 d6s, and these add.
6. 6. 4. 4.
So those first 2 sixes were exploding. So you've still got 2 more rolls.
So we're up at 20.
You got 20 and you got 2 more rolls. Yeah.
22. 26.
Oh, nice.
Jesus fucking Christ.
How big is this guy?
Who said we can't fight Safari?
What a roll. Holy shit. Okay, let me so that is going to do very well. Let's see. Let me get my thing back on. He does have shields. Let's see how much his faith protects him from this bullshit.
All right.
If this was a slightly less potent bolt, those shields would have stopped it. In this particular case, there's this huge crack of energy as all of the charge in the weapon is just fucking, like, I think it's half the charge in the weapon, gets sucked in and just spit out. This huge energy blast just rams straight into his chest, and you can smell, like, the burning of bronze and flesh as he's thrown off of you. And you feel like a literal, like, energy pulse, like, come off of him as his angelic shields are broken. And he is on the ground, and you can start driving away.
Hope that armor wasn't expensive.
I got a 4 for my driving backwards. To try and avoid
Oh
a
my
spear
God.
in the chest.
Yeah. Yeah, a 4 is going to be enough to... Yeah, a 4 is enough to just, like, basically, like, put the thing in reverse and just pull backwards. As he launches forward, the spear, like, nicks up against the front of the thing, and you're just, like, fucking reversing at this point. They're starting to charge after you.
Okay.
They're also fanning out on the road, so if you
Yeah.
try and drive past them, they are ready to try and intercept.
Have I been seeing any of this in a rear view mirror? Do they have rear view mirrors
yeah.
in these carriages?
Yeah, you see, given the low light, you see Doc driving away, and you see Boris's car not driving away in your direction.
If I notice that, I think I like to flip my car around.
Okay, well, is anyone else doing anything else before I make a
probably would do
decision?
the same. As soon as I see Maria's car, I would like say, "Oh boy," and like just turn as well.
I imagine we would have parked up the road waiting for those guys, and if they didn't show up, they'd be like, "Okay, something's gone wrong."
Yeah, that's an option. Turn around. The Safari are advancing in Boris's car very
I have a transmitter in my car, right? Because you said it was in the first car.
That is true.
Change it to our frequency.
I get on the transmitter as I'm still reversing, trying to keep away from them.
Like turning the fucking dials and stuff, yeah.
And I say, Don't worry about me. Go on ahead. I'll lead them away.
Only
And
Professor hears that though. Nobody else has a receiver.
Well, anyway,
Um,
no, I had the transmitter.
2 of you do at least.
Yeah, right.
It's in my car. You changed car.
Now we have the receiver, so he's transmitting to the receiver, so a couple people hear it.
No, we're all in different
Yeah,
cars.
a few of you.
a couple
A few of you will
not
hear it.
everyone.
Um,
Yeah.
2 people, yeah.
Okay. Not me. Not in my car. I have the transmitter that you left in my car when you swapped. It's my transmitter. I wouldn't have left you with it.
I'm gonna try and spin the car around, do the cool like reverse turn thing,
yeah, just like fucking. Yep.
and then like if I have a little bit of wiggle room that they haven't like caught up to me, I'm gonna like wait just a second to kind of bait them just a little bit, turn around and like lean out the window and call out, "Fuck the Empire!" and gun it. And gun
Yep,
it on the fucking accelerator and try and rip out of there.
Yep. So, yeah, I'll take that. It's you just fucking like you yell at them, you peel the fuck out in the other direction. Maria, you heard his transmission, as did I guess Victoria with the receiver,
Right.
or with the transmitter.
Oh, so I can hear it with the transmitter.
Yeah, transmitter hears if there's something being broadcast.
I think
Oh.
it might
okay.
be me that hears it, actually, because if I
Depends
was
who got
in
in which car.
Victoria's
Depends
don't have
which
it.
car, yeah.
I was in Victoria's car with a transmitter, right, back then, and then we were sending it to the other car that would have had the receiver, and now because I'm in
Yep.
that other car, I would have the receiver. So I'd like, I don't know, flick the headlights or something. and
Exactly.
call
I think
out
at
to you, but
least
you
I
might
think
not
at
hear.
least 3 people are gonna hear that, right?
Enough people.
Wait,
Yeah, I
did
think
they?
enough people are going to hear it that we can probably signal to the other people, or like if I heard it, then I'm going to drive my car closest to whoever's carriage is closest to me, and I'm yelling out the window. He said, "Let's go." He said, "Keep going."
Well, I mean, sounds good to me. I'll see you there. I get the fuck out.
Yeah, I follow
Professor Obrats.
Maria and the professor.
right.
Let's slick up to the.
What am I up to?
Alright.
I'm busy feeling proud of myself driving this vehicle after I just off the Safari.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna need to put a new notch in this belt.
If I look behind me with the night vision, does the Safari that he shot get up?
No, they've been diagnosed with acute death. You don't get up.
He doesn't get up? He's like gone? Or I can't tell.
The one that I
Is
shot.
Donovan not here? Or is
He's
he muted?
He's
He's taking a
muted.
vow of silence. Give him a
Oh
minute.
no! Hello?
Am I back? I think I'm back.
Oh yeah.
You're back. Yeah, we can hear you now.
I was asking if the Safari that Doc shot got up or moved at all. I just wanted to see if he was like gone or
Is he like? Yeah, is he like
Uh,
really dead, or is he just mostly dead?
he's. You look back in the rearview mirror, you can see him like. You can see him like moving a little bit. He like pushes himself up and then kind of slumps back down onto the ground. He
Oh wow.
might be alive, but like he's not moving for a while.
Right. I get back on the I have no idea if Doc is in one of the cars that has a receiver. But I get back on the transmitter. I'm like, Doc, that was an amazing shot. You put one down.
It was, and maybe it was some twitching too. It's the best.
And you guys are the rest of you are driving off towards the ruins.
Yeah, I make a sign outside the car with like as in I'm leading the way, you know, because like actually I can talk to them. I have the transmitter, so I'll just press on it and I'll go like I'll lead the way because I have the map, obviously, and then
I would like to stick my arm out Mad Max style and do one of these.
yeah, that's how I felt we were like
All right.
and
Then
everything.
Witness me.
Witness me. Yeah.
Just bring out this chrome
Then I think
spray, and then we're
with
going for it.
I think then with the parting of ways, we're gonna go ahead and call the session here for the night, and we will pick up with part 2 next week.
Sweet.
Thank you guys very much
Nice.
for joining in.
Yes.